You know, it keeps happening to a really nice guy. Rudy Giuliani, former Trump attorney, has been disbarred in New York. It is really Rudy Giuliani hitting rock bottom here. The Associated Press reports Giuliani is disbarred in New York as court finds he repeatedly lied about Trump's 2020 election loss. The former mayor of New York, prosecutor, legal advisor to Trump, was disbarred in New York on Tuesday for false statements he repeatedly made about Trump's 2020 election loss. The Manhattan Appeals Court ruled that Giuliani, who already had his New York law license suspended a few years ago, is no longer allowed to practice law in the state, effective immediately. They said, quote, "The seriousness of respondents' misconduct cannot be overstated. Giuliani flagrantly misused." And fragrantly as well, if you remember the flatulence situation. Giuliani flagrantly misused his position and baselessly attacked and undermined the integrity of this country's electoral process. In doing so, he not only deliberately violated some of the most fundamental tenets of the legal profession, but he also actively contributed to the national strife that followed the 2020 election, for which he is entirely unrepentant. Rudy said on Tuesday, he's not surprised. He claimed in a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, that the case was, quote, based on an activist complaint replete with false arguments. You know, I've said this before, and it has never been more true than it is now. Attaching your buggy to Trump's horse, or to the horse that is Trump, maybe, really doesn't seem to be good. It really doesn't seem to be good for people's careers. It really doesn't seem to be good for people's health, emotional, psychological, physical, and all of it. And the sad part at the end of the entire situation, at the end of the day, is that Trump doesn't care about Rudy, really. I think throughout this entire legal problem that Rudy has been having, Trump held a single fundraiser for him, and it was sort of a very low energy one. Trump cares about people for as long as and to the extent that they are useful to him. That applies to the random single voter in Pennsylvania, and it goes all the way up, certainly to Rudy Giuliani. The question we have left is, does it also apply to his own wife and kids and family? I don't know that we know the answer to that yet, but it is truly a sort of, is it tragicomic or is it just tragic? Kind of denouement to Rudy Giuliani's legal and political career. I don't know, but if you look through his Amazon order list, which was recently published in connection with the bankruptcy that he has filed, there's a lot of really sad things going on in general.